welcome to the Big Slice music show here on That's Manchester TV. I'm your host for the evening, I'm Paul Owen. I'm in the bosom of Oldham Inshore, 5 studios with OK Broken, local band, local heroes actually. 9 to half 9 every single week on That's Manchester. Make sure you tune in for new music every single week. I'm joined by the band. Will you do me the favour and the honour of introducing yourselves and what you do in the band?
Hi Paul, I'm Phil, bass player, an absolute legend of OK Broken.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
No one else thinks so.
I'm Gaz, singer and guitarist of OK Broken and a songwriter of our generation.
I'm Adam, I play drums, nothing fancy, just keep it.
Yeah, I'm Dave and I play guitar. I'm not going to start bigging it up.
He goes at this side.
I think it's ascending up, isn't it? I mean, you know, I've been listening to your music for a few years now. Particular favourite is Waiting in Line, which we're going to talk about in the second part of the show, so make sure you stay tuned. What I want to talk about really is kind of how long you've been together and kind of the coming together of your band, because you know you're not any new boys to the music scene in Manchester, are you?
No, not really. We've come together from a couple of other bands, haven't we? And we've been together about 4 years. Has it been 4 years?
Yeah, as this lineup, yeah.
As this lineup, Gaz started it in a band called Carry a Wave, and then that disbanded. And
I was in a band called The Tides for
The Tides,
about
yeah,
20 years.
Is that with Jimmy Curry?
Yeah, James Curry, yeah.
I was in the Manjanas for a while. I was alright. I said that when that sort of stopped doing what it was doing, that's when I sort of hooked up with these lads.
We're all freed up to start up something new.
You could say we're a cult super band.
A cult, that's another big statement, isn't it? Legends.
He's knocking him about, look
yeah.
at Jesus.
Like, don't mess around, do you? I mean, you know, what we'll talk about, I thought it was cutting edge with you because I came to that film premiere that you did with Definitely OK.
yeah.
So it created such a buzz though, didn't it, in Manchester with the emerging scene in Manchester? I mean, how did that all come about? Because we're going to show it quite soon, actually.
We kind of got asked to go and audition to film it, didn't we? And then we went up with no expectations really, and went down and thought we'll just try our luck at it and see what happens. And it was for Salford Uni, a girl called Sherelle.
Yeah.
She was doing it as part of her end of year project, so we went down, auditioned for it, got a
Just
phone
a
call
chat,
pretty
really,
much
wasn't
straight
it?
away. Yeah.
I think there were a couple of other bands going for it, and I think because we rehearse here as well, it kind of gave us the edge because she was looking for a location, rehearsal room location as well.
We brought
So
a bit
sort
to
of
the
like that.
table, like, we had a bit more to offer, I think, you know, like I said, we seemed,
Yeah.
you know, pretty much on it and organised to do it, so... But it was a good little project.
But, I mean, before we kind of cut to the clip, there's a bit of a thread, the story. What's kind of to give people an idea of kind of the thread?
It's loose. It's based loosely on the Manchester music scene, Tony Wilson and Factory and all that sort of thing.
People,
Yeah, there's a lot. There's well, I don't think there's a lot, but there's some quotes in there from that film and some Tony Wilson quotes. Like I think at the end, I say. What's the Manchester line that he says?
We do things
We do things differently.
Yeah, we do things differently here.
There's no better quote, is there?
No.
From like Tony H. Wilson.
So there's a few little bits, weren't there, from 24 Hour Party people in it. So it was loosely based on
She
that.
wanted to sort of portray that sort of scene, but in current, you know, band trying to get signed by someone who was called what are they called?
I can't remember. It's a terrible name. No.
It was like Anthony Wilson when it weren't, wasn't it? No, that was.
Was this the name of the band that they wanted you to be called in
He
the little movie?
he thought we were called Barabbas.
Barabbas, yeah.
And it didn't happen.
No.
Well, there's some good twists in the film, isn't there? And we have a laugh in there.
quite
We
good,
want
yeah.
to kidnap
Funny,
someone.
So is it the first time you're all acted? Have you acted before any years? Because there's some
Only
good
acted
acting
up.
skills in
Acting
there
up,
as well as your singing as well, isn't there?
No, we've never done.
First time, no.
I've never done any interviews. No.
You should have seen how many takes there were.
Yeah,
Is it quite a few? How long did it take to film?
A couple of
A
days.
couple of days
Did it?
really, but it was pretty full on for the duration.
Yeah,
wasn't
you
it?
can see, and there's an outtakes on YouTube. That's
Yeah, there is an outtake thing on
Is
it.
there?
It's just literally Phil swearing for
Yeah.
like 8 minutes.
And us lot giggling.
Yeah.
A lot.
Standard.
And I was like giggling at Phil swearing.
Yeah.
Right, shall we have a look at it then? Shall I have a
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at it?
yeah.
Right, this is Definitely OK. This is a nice little movie that they made at the back end of last year. Check it out. It's a belter, this.
This is the business card of Andy Wilkinson, Warehouse Records.
How have you managed that?
Fell out of some dude's pocket on the bus. I thought it was money at first, but this is better than money. This is our way out. This is just the start for us. It's been a slow one, but it's time to get serious. And when we do, Manchester's not going to know what's hit it. The guys needed a bit of convincing at first, but this is our chance to get ourselves heard, whether Andy likes it or not.
What an absolute belter. That was definitely OK. Make sure you go and check that out on OK Broken's YouTube page to see the rest of the video. What's going on with the balaclavas, boys? The suits actually look not best I've ever seen you look.
Got a bit rough, didn't we?
Thug life, you know.
I have to try those on stage.
It was a bit mad, really, wasn't it? We ended up getting chased off some guy on segways.
Yeah, as soon
That's
as
so
I saw
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like not rock and roll.
it's like some Benny Hill sketch through Media City.
I'd worth a few quid in a few years to see that one in that vision. So I mean, the response that you had from that, I came to the premiere, which it was great, wasn't it, at the Miners Club in New Moston. The response and the turnout with that, you must have been pretty overwhelmed with that.
It's fantastic, yeah. You know, that sort of place in the middle of Moston where you got a cinema and a big live room and a bar and stuff. We just thought we'd go all out and put a good party. Got a few decent acts on with us and got tickets out, and loads of people ended up coming and having a great time.
Yeah. So I mean, you worked on that. Have any of you acted before? Because it was good in parts, wasn't it? The music was better. I'm not going to lie. The music was fantastic, you know. But
relax up half the time on that.
Is it the diva of the band?
Drama queen. Yeah, it's supposed to be the singer, isn't it, by rights? But no.
So who did you work with on that video then? Because it's really well produced, isn't it?
It was a girl called Sherelle from Salford Uni. She we seen a post come up on Facebook saying they needed bands for this thing, so we put in for it. Went down, had a bit of interview with her, just a brief chat and we kind of brought more to the table than what the other bands did, as we had this rehearsal studio and we had a house to film from and just different bits of stuff, you know, that made it easier for her as well as us.
Yeah.
So between us we got it all done, didn't we? Boxed it off.
So you've had a busy year last year. You were busy making all these videos and everything else, these movies. What's kind of coming forward for you guys in 2016?
Got quite a few big gigs coming up, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got we're playing Blackthorn Festival. That's at the end of July. We've just confirmed us playing the Boulevard in Wigan, so we're going down there to play. First time I've ever done Wigan, so
playing the Live Rooms the end of this month.
Yeah, there's the all-day festival on at the Live Rooms,
25th of March.
Yeah,
we did
in Manchester.
We did kickstart the year with a pretty big gig. We played the O2 Academy in Leeds, and it was a little bit of a sort of like a taste of the big time, really. Big stage, drum rides with the lot, and it's only a short set that we got to do, but it was an electric atmosphere, and it's been a good start that for the year.
I think it was, and I mean, you know, it was. I always have problems in my own head with kind of bottom of the band scenarios, but it was quite well produced. It was quite a good event, wasn't it? Leading into that, and you had a few prelim kind of gigs, didn't you? It was a bit get on stage, play, and then off. How did that work out for you? Was it all right? Or?
It was good. I mean, the support we had throughout it was just phenomenal off all our lot. Like the first heat, we brought loads of people down, and other bands that were there only brought a handful of people, and we rolled up with like 4 or 5 cars full of people and just steamed in, took over like
all the heavies in.
Yeah.
And then quite well rehearsed, though, wasn't it? Because when we actually played the gig at Leeds, we literally plug in, get on, do what you can and get off. But we'd already pretty much rehearsed that, because in the second heat we turned up at this bar in Leeds, and as soon as we got to the fire door to just go into the place, we heard our name being called, didn't we? Yeah. So we had to again rush on, straight on, plug in and give it a go.
It was literally like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
We were on.
Got the bass in first, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We got
It's like the music. You got the bass. No,
that was our sound check. Once you get the bass in, once you
bass come, let's go.
Yeah. But the first one was a bit of a strange one, because it was cold. It was just 2 guys sat in a room, and it was just a bit sterile, you know what I mean? No atmosphere, no people, so it's not kind of how you used to play, other than in a studio.
But the Leeds one, you went mob handed from Oldham, didn't you? With a coach load, and I'm gutted.
Double-decker coach, double-decker coach, like 90 people on
it broke down like just got up
typical,
to Leeds.
It like broke down outside the doors, didn't it, at Leeds?
Please stop.
I went over to speak to the driver, and there's steam coming out the engine and everything.
So there's enough people to pedal anyway.
That's it, yeah.
Is that something you do again? Because a band that's been working as hard as you have, you've had a great turnout, you've got a great fan base. Would you recommend that sort of setup again? Would you do that again with regards that scenario?
Yeah. Any day of the week.
I think it got us the exposure that we needed, didn't it? It kicked us that next level.
We wouldn't have, the venue.
Yeah, we wouldn't have played in front of 2,000 people in Leeds at this stage otherwise. So to only get that out of it, if that's all we got, that was enough for us.
A lot of bands
dead against doing things like that, auditioning and going through heats and all that sort of stuff, which is fair enough, you know, I understand that. But we'll have those 10 minutes for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
You know.
Character building nonetheless, anyway. Isn't it?
We're going to put
Yeah,
some of the footage
yeah.
into the show. We're going to show that throughout the show as
Yeah,
well, anyway.
yeah.
So we'll get a chance to see that. And it does look like a buzz with like Dennis on harmonica, you on bass as
Yeah.
well, and you just up front. It was just such a presence that you had on stage, and that really got you there, didn't it?
Yeah. The hardest thing to do was to think of what songs we could have for those 10 minutes.
The hard hitting ones.
Yeah.
The best
And we
three
thought-
songs that we had, like.
We thought obviously waiting in line's a no-brainer, because obviously the time, and to get Den on it and stuff, we had to do it as it was on the record, because you know we want to show that to the people.
Yeah.
And then there was like, we did Fake Mask, which is, I just always had this impression of Fake Mask. It's a big fat riff, and I just wanted to hear it at Leeds.
Yeah.
And then we always open them with Sirens, so
Yeah.
Sirens
Killers
always
then,
up.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was, the whole thing was well, it was a short debate anyway.
It was one of
Yeah.
They told us we could only do 2 songs, but we sort of
Did you squeeze 3 in there? Did you?
We rehearsed it that much. We got it to
Sorry.
10 minutes, and
10
we knew
minutes,
it was
11
10 minutes.
seconds.
So
We
it was.
was within a second every time we timed it. You know,
Yeah,
three or
it's
four
weird,
times.
isn't it?
It's like, it's bizarre.
We're going to
That's
cut to
down
a
to
quick
me.
ad break now. We're going to come back to it. We're going to talk about United States of Manchester. You've just been nominated for Band of the Month, I
Yeah,
believe,
was it? Yeah,
by
yeah,
6
brilliant.
independent stations. So we're going to have a chat of that and talk about what's coming up. Stay tuned. This is the Big Slice Music Show. These are OK Broken. Back in 3 minutes. See you soon.